This is NDTV, and you're watching NDTV Prime.
Hello and welcome, you're watching Heads Up. Art isn't just a creative manifestation, but a powerful catalyst for social change. Be it painting, drawing or sculpting, a piece of art is diverse in its form. But how much importance is given to art appreciation or education in our country? On today's show, we take a look at the art scene in India and just what it takes to be an artist. First up, my colleague Simar caught up with contemporary artist Vinita Das Gupta to find out about her journey in the field of art. And Vinita gives us her tips on how to kickstart your career as an artist.
Hi, I'm Vinita Das Gupta and I'm an artist. When I was a child, I went to stay with my grandmom in a village near Calcutta, and there I started exploring different mediums from nature. I was so excited to explore all the mediums. I used to scribble everything on the paper. So they really encouraged me more to take it as a hobby. In 2001, I joined Delhi College of Art, and there I started my painting as a profession. I did my bachelor's and I completed my master's from there. I loved Frida Kahlo, her work, her life, her journey, her incidents, everything inspired me. I think time has changed. When I joined College of Art, that time lot of friends, family, they objected why she's good in studies, make her a lawyer, doctor, something. So yeah, there was a benchmark during that time. Architects, interiors, they are taking up art seriously now. So I think that question whether art can be a good career or not, that has really gone from people's head. It's been a long journey. I've struggled. I've seen all the hard times during the recession. Also, a lot of artists, they left art and joined some other things. So I think it's a very big challenge to sustain as an artist, because we don't get paid. We don't get salary or anything. We depend on what we sell. And if we don't sell, galleries don't want us. And every day you meet new galleries, new artists, new medium. So it's always very challenging for us to, maintain that standard which we have created. Yeah. Art is not strictly painting or drawing or sculpture. It is beyond that. It is more of performance art now. So there is no restriction as such. People are exploring different mediums in art. There are so many new medias, who cannot paint, they are doing video art. Who cannot draw, they are doing photography or collage. So there are so many different kind of mediums in art now. You should have some creativity, some good ideas. You should have some education, some academics before going in the mainstream, because I know you can work under an artist, but that influence is always there. You will paint like him, you will sculpt like him. Okay. So when you join any art college, they will try to enrich you more to bring out something which is original and not which you are just influenced by. Be very hardworking. You have to keep doing something new every time. You have to keep yourself updated. You need to struggle a lot. If the market is not good, don't just change your career because it's not selling or the gallery is not picking you. Maintain that flow.
From a contemporary artist, we move on to an entrepreneur. Deepa Subramanian always had a passion for art. Tired of her corporate job, Deepa decided to turn her passion into a business and opened her very own gallery. This is her journey.
Ramanujan, that's one of his favorite
Pablo Picasso once said, "Art washes away from the soul the dust of everyday life." Apart from being a creative process, art can also be a powerful force for social change. And if the thought of blending art with business sounds appealing to you, look no further than Deepa Subramanian, an entrepreneur based out of Bangalore and the owner of the Gallery des Arts.
There was really no plan to start any art gallery. My, of course, urge to start something creative was definitely there. And I had an exhibition in 2009 in Bangalore. I'm an artist myself. But I never had a chance to pursue it as a career. But eventually I realized that it made more commercial sense to show the works of other artists, just like any other gallery business would. And I was terribly new to the business at that point in time. So that's how this whole journey of having a space for my own works, nobody really does that, but I did it because I had a space already out of which I was working out of. And I created that space to show my own works in the beginning.
Deepa calls herself a parallel entrepreneur, having independently started two diametrically opposite ventures. A BCom graduate from Madras University, Deepa started as a marketing professional in the hospitality sector and worked for 6 years. But having tired of the corporate world, Deepa started her first venture in 2001, DESA India, a pharmaceutical chemicals company. But art was always her passion. In 2009, Deepa decided to turn her passion into a business and started the Gallery des Arts in December the same year.
I kind of reached a dead end in my corporate career. I was in the corporate world for nearly 5 to 6 years. And I knew that if I wasn't going to do that, I had to do something else, which is this. So I became the self-appointed first-generation entrepreneur. When I launched the gallery commercially in 2009 December, it was a city-based artist who showed her works. It was a solo show. I realized two things. One was that I found myself, and that was my passion. And number two, more importantly, I knew that that passion had a potential of being monetized. Pursuing your passion is one thing, and commercializing it is another thing altogether.
The Gallery des Arts is now a little over 6 years old, but Deepa feels art and its appreciation still caters to a very niche segment, something that she would like to change. The gallery, more often than not, exhibits the works of new and upcoming artists and is visited by art lovers, students, and even first-timers who know nothing about art. And over the years, Deepa has found that Bangalore's love for art is slowly spreading to a larger audience.
We had a show at one of the public malls in this shopping malls in the city, and we had exhibited over 200 plus artists and 300 plus works. So it was a large group show set in about 10,000 square feet of space. But the good thing was, the kind of response that I got out of that was amazing. And, people who've never experienced seeing art for the first time, they would just come and they ask questions, and they were so happy, to see the display.
Deepa's office is located a few floors below her gallery, letting her manage both ventures simultaneously. But moonwalking between the worlds of colors and chemicals is no mean feat, and Deepa has seen her fair share of ups and downs.
So the first business was a challenge in that sense because it was something totally new. That apart, and of course the financials was a big thing, that it was, to run a business, the working capital and so on and so forth. The only problem that I faced while starting an art gallery was the market itself. And trust me, till today, as we speak, in the last 6 years, the market has not cooperated with me. Because there are people who have made commercially successful ventures out of art galleries. Even in the 90s, there are people who have... I guess I'm still waiting, and I'm sure the gallery will... I've invested a lot of my effort in the gallery, so I think I'm sure someday it will pay me back. It's bound to.
Entrepreneurship, says Deepa, is something that excites her. In her own humble opinion, she believes that if you want to pursue your passion, just do it.
I'm happy to see that this generation is coming up with a whole lot of ideas. When I started off, it was pretty limited, and it's nice to see youngsters starting off as entrepreneurs, startups, as opposed to going for paid jobs. They have that kind of patience, and they have that kind of tenacity to survive and sustain in this world. So I think that's a good thing about being in this industry. It's not being employed for the sake of being employed. Otherwise, you'll find people leaving every second day, but they're still sticking to this industry because they get the kind of satisfaction that they get out of this is immense, as opposed to a job which is just a job.
time now to slip into a short break. On the other side, I chat with a couple of young aspiring artists from the Karnataka Chitrakala Parishad. Stay tuned.